Hi, my name is Maryke, a physiotherapist and a co-founder of the Exakt Health app. I love all sports. Running is my passion. I'm not a very fast runner. I just love going for ages and ages. My happy place is when I can run outside. 10K distance, if I achieve that fitness where I can get up in the morning and I feel like, yes, I can go for 10K without even thinking about it. That's the level that I enjoy. I didn't really know what I wanted to study when I finished school. I was chatting to one of my friends. She said, well, why don't you do physiotherapy? It has something to do with sport and you get to help people. So that's how I enrolled, and it was actually a brilliant choice because I love being active. I know how awful it is when you can't be active, and I also love helping people. I did my first degree at the University of Stellenbosch in South Africa. Then I specialized in sports injury management. I did a master's at the University of Brighton in the UK. After completing my master's in sports injury management, I was really lucky to get into one of the top sports injury clinics in the UK. And there we treated athletes from all levels. So from just the regular person who wants to stay fit and active like myself, all the way up to Olympic level athletes and top level marathon athletes. The clinic I worked at became so busy. People were traveling several hours to come and see us for their sports injuries, and our waiting list was getting longer and longer, which meant they also had to wait several weeks before they could access treatment. In the end, I just started managing people via email. My patients that I've been seeing couldn't get in with me because there wasn't space, and the new ones just had to wait really, really long to even get the basic advice. And then the penny dropped. I realized that if I can do this via email, surely if you do it via video consultation, you should get good results because you can actually see the person move. You can have a really in-depth conversation with them about what hurts, what doesn't hurt, how did this happen. You can get them to perform all the tests you need to do in clinic even. So you can really replicate the whole process over video call. And that's when I started my first virtual clinic, sportsinjuryphysio.com. I started to realize that actually I thought I was making this available to everybody, but it's still not affordable for a really large portion of the population in the world. Thinking about that, physiotherapy is not about having a sixth sense about what I should do about this patient. I'm not feeling it in my gut. I actually use an algorithm to decide what to do with a patient. So if you tell me this, we do that. If you tell me when you do this, this happens, I do that. Surely this is programmable. This is something that you can put in a computer program or in an app. You don't actually need the physio for most sports injuries. And an app would be the perfect solution to make quality healthcare available to all of them. I had this dream, I had no idea how to make it happen. And then I met Philip. Luckily, Philip was one of my first patients, and I didn't know at the time that he actually worked in the tech industry. After our consultations, he was pretty impressed that we could actually manage his injury online better than anything that he tried in person in Germany. He went away and spoke to one of his colleagues at the tech company, Luthia. Luthia just said, can't we build an app to do this online? Surely we should be able to do that. And that's when they approached me and asked me whether I would be interested in that. And of course I jumped at it because I've already been trying to figure out how on earth can you do this. We ended up founding the Exakt Health app in January of 2021. The way the app works is it starts with the easiest, most basic exercises. The simple things that everybody should be able to do at the start of the injury. So we assume the worst case scenario. And then from there, log your pain, answer questions after every workout about how intense you found it. Did you have any difficulty? The algorithm then makes suggestions with regards to how you progress. Should you just stay at the level you are at, or should you regress? It uses the same logic that an expert sports physio would use in clinic if you were consulting them. Over time, it then progresses you through the levels so that it builds your strength for you from the moment that you're injured all the way back to what you actually need for running again. One of the most common questions we get from people when I say we've got an app that does the job of physiotherapist is, how can an app treat my injury? Are you not meant to be touching me? The key to getting most sports injuries better is actually not about the hands-on stuff. When I studied physiotherapy about 20 years ago, it was all about the hands-on. We even believed that the hands were the things that fixed people. The research these days has clearly shown that for most injuries, all you need to understand how much rest it needs, what things you shouldn't be doing, what things you should be doing, and then the body actually heals itself. We're firm believers that it doesn't help to just treat people when they're injured. We would much rather stop a runner from having to stop running and prevent their injuries. So we've created an injury prevention part to the app as well. You can really work on all the key focus areas that helps prevent injuries. If you've got a specific area you want to focus on, you can even channel it towards that. 2 years into this journey, I'm really excited. We've had more than 100,000 downloads of the app. The reviews are showing we're actually achieving what we set out to achieve. People are getting better. They're able to get back to running. They find it useful that they can access this information anytime at their own schedule. So it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. It's a really good feeling to know that we're actually starting to help people and making this advice available to everybody.